again. Once I get to it, I'm reading about them. And then once we finish what we say about them,
They should be here by that
they
point.
should come up. And then, so
They'll be in this order
I'll
first,
give this to them
and then
before they speak, or do
yeah,
we just want, okay. All right, because they,
the cake will be right up there for pictures.
for pictures off to the side. Anything else different?
Nope.
Okay, same thing, basically. Same way we've done it before. That sounds good.
All right. If you need me, call me.
Okay, we'll do. We'll do.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. We are going to be trying to get this event started in about 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. So if you would please find your seats. Make your way to your seats, please. Please make your way to your seats. We're hoping to get started in about 2 minutes. Thank you.
How do I get this? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's going to be great. Thanks. Thank you.
Can you all hear me okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. We're getting ready to start in just a moment.
Good afternoon, or good morning, more like it for me. It may be good afternoon for you. I want to welcome you to the 11th annual 7 over 70 luncheon. How many of you are here for the first time? You're in for a treat because you're going to get to meet some wonderful individuals that make our community the special place that it is. Today's celebration is proudly presented by Inmar Intelligence. We're incredibly grateful for their partnership and their generous support. So please join me in thanking the Inmar Intelligence team for helping make today possible. I'm Lainey Pope, and I am thrilled to be here and to be your MC for the afternoon. For those of you who are just meeting me, I have spent a quarter of a century in just a couple of weeks here in this community. And I have stayed in this community because I love it. And you're the reason why. And these individuals back here are also the reason why, because they have helped to build and shape this community. It has changed so much since I first set foot here. And it has continued to grow. And by folks like the ones we are celebrating today, with their energy, their hard work, their passion, their perseverance, right? And their spirit. They have helped to create this community. So that's why we're here to celebrate them today. We're going to celebrate 7 remarkable individuals. They have been leaders, they have served, they've had generosity, and they've committed themselves, and they've made a lasting impact on our community. We're grateful you joined us to recognize them. You're going to hear their inspiring stories, and they will remind us that there is no age limit on purpose, service, or giving back. We begin our program with an invocation delivered by Reverend Donald Jenkins.
Join me. This morning, we are thankful for the blessing of this day and for the purpose that brings us together. We're thankful for the persons being recognized who have generously and willingly used their abilities and influence to improve the lives of others in this community and beyond. We're blessed to share this meal. May it strengthen us for selfless service today. Regrettably, many in our community are without adequate resources to provide for their basic needs. The reduction, yea, even the elimination of their suffering is our goal. We're grateful for the work of senior services and anticipate in advance the resources that will be provided to undergird their needed work. May what we do at this luncheon be an example and a source of encouragement to our community. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Jenkins. Please begin enjoying your lunch. By the way, it's provided by Providence Program of Second Harvest Food Bank, Northwest North Carolina. On your table, there is a tent card. Yes, we can give them a round of applause. We love Second Harvest and Providence. On the table, there's a little tent card that'll tell you about all the salad options there, the toppings for the salad. Now, for 11 years, Senior Services has proudly hosted the 7 over 70 as a way to celebrate older adults whose contributions continue to enrich or elevate stories like those we'll hear today. It's inspiring to see a lot of familiar faces out there, so I see some of you that I have met along the way. It's also wonderful to see the family members that are here, the friends and the colleagues and the supporters that are gathered here in this one place. Your just being here speaks volumes about the impact the honorees have made and continue to make. I do want to acknowledge some of the photos that you're going to see. You may have noticed the photographs scrolling on each side of the stage. These images offer a glimpse into the lives, accomplishments, and memories of today's honorees. Together, they create a beautiful visual tribute to 7 lives that were marked by purpose, service, and achievement. Senior Services has previously celebrated 70 remarkable folks for this event, and I'm sure that there are a few 7 over 70 alumni honorees that are here with us today. If you are a past honoree, please give us a wave or stand so that we can recognize you. Thank you for showing up to help us welcome our latest class. I'd also like to spotlight everyone who submitted a nomination and the amazing people they nominated for the 7 over 70 honor this year. While only 7 individuals are recognized on stage today, every nominee represents an inspiring story of service, leadership, and commitment to others. A list of all of this year's nominees can be found on the first page of your souvenir books. Aren't those nice? It's got pictures on the front. I love that. Please join me in congratulating and thanking them for many ways they have strengthened our community. You may clap, yes. I was recently on a trip with WXII 12, and we had one gentleman that was on the trip, and he became known for his clapping because anytime anything was said, he would go. So I like that. If you have the energy and you want to clap, I love that. So. I can't imagine how difficult it would be to choose just 7 people from 22 nominations of amazing people. Our volunteer selection committee had their work cut out for them. They carefully reviewed and considered each nomination and taking on that difficult task of selecting 7 honorees. So I want to acknowledge and thank the people who take on that challenging task each year. They are seated on the stage with the honorees. The selection committee was made up of 15 people, including former honorees, community volunteers, and leaders representing a variety of organizations and perspectives across Forsyth County. Thank you for your dedication and for your service. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize any elected officials and representatives who have joined us today. Please give us a wave of your hands. And thank you for being here with us. And I know you may have put this underneath your plate, but if you happen to look at your souvenir book, this is a cherished part of the event, preserving the remarkable stories of our honorees for years to come. And I will tell you that I save these souvenir books because I like to go back and look at the folks and their stories and see, what sort of contributions they've made to this community. We're deeply grateful to Judy Holcomb Pack of the Winston-Salem Source, whose care, skill, and dedication brought the stories of the honorees to life through her wonderful interviews and profiles, so we want to thank her now. And now, please join me in welcoming the President of Senior Services, Lee Covington.
Thank you so much, Lainey. Please continue eating your lunch because we've got a lot to cover over the next hour or so. It is indeed my honor and privilege to welcome you to Senior Services Intergenerational Center for Arts and Wellness. And we lovingly call this place Generation Center for short. It's a lot easier to say. The Generation Center is a state-of-the-art, one-of-a-kind facility where 26 partner organizations have come together to inspire connection, creativity, and well-being across generations. To learn more about the Generation Center and upcoming programs and events, I would encourage you to visit generationcenter.org. If you've been here before, we welcome you back today. If today is your first visit, promise me that before you leave, you will find your reason to come back, because it does exist. 11 years ago, we had a vision to create an event that would honor the wisdom, vitality, and lifelong contributions of local folks who just happened to be age 70 or more. Today, what began as an idea has become a cornerstone of our annual events calendar, and we couldn't be more thrilled. Each of our honorees, past and present, has a unique and powerful story of passion, resilience, and leadership. They are community builders, they're artists, volunteers, mentors who continue to shape our world in profound ways. They prove that age is not a barrier to impact, and they are a testament to a life well lived. So to our honorees today, thank you for inspiring us all. You are a true gift to this community. Also, we're deeply grateful for the unwavering support of our sponsors, our dedicated staff, our selection committee, and to each of you for being here today. Your belief in our mission makes everything that we do possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Now I have the pleasure of welcoming our Winston-Salem Mayor, Alan Joynes. He has a few remarks for you this morning.
Well, good morning, everyone. What a special day it is today as we recognize 7 individuals who've made a difference in Winston-Salem, Forsyth County. See my good friend and colleague, Mayor Pro Tem Adams. Good to be with you. Are there any other elected officials here? I don't want to miss anybody. Be mad. It's always my pleasure and fun, really, to come to this event as we celebrate 7 individuals from. And if you look at the list today, it's all across the spectrum here in Winston-Salem, Forsyth County, from the arts to the business community to the health communities and others. So, really made a difference. I'm really grateful to Senior Services and for continuing this program and recognizing those over 70 who continue to make a difference. I was going to say something funny, but I guess I'll pass on that. Peggy said, don't say it. It really wouldn't have been that funny, I'm sure. But again, on behalf of the city of Winston-Salem, our 256,000 citizens, I offer my sincere congratulations to the 7 individuals that are being recognized today, and say sincerely how grateful I am as the mayor of this city for their contributions over the many years they've worked here, and hope that they'll continue to make contributions to our city going forward. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you, as always, Mayor Joines. We also would not be here, of course, without our sponsors. So I would like to recognize all the sponsors who their generosity has made today and the celebration that we are experiencing possible. Many of them are with us today. Events, of course, like this don't happen without partners who understand the importance of celebrating lives of service and impact. Special thanks goes to our presenting sponsor, Inmar Intelligence, our connector sponsor, Kate B. Reynolds Charitable Trust, advocate sponsors, Modern Automotive, engager sponsors, Arbor Acres, Legacy Financial, and United Way of Forsyth County, and friend sponsors, Forsyth Country Day School, The Guardian's Gift, IVX Health, Novant Health, Pivot Ministry, Southern Pharmacy Services, the Winston-Salem Foundation, and the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation. We're also grateful to Whole Foods Market for donating the beautiful flowers that you see on your tables. I was looking at those earlier. Our centerpieces were crafted by the Central Carolina Dahlia Society, led by Shelley Smith. These arrangements will be enjoyed beyond our luncheon as they find a new home at the Williams Adult Day Center following this event. Each of this year's honorees will also receive an arrangement to take home crafted by the Central Carolina Dahlia Society and made possible by MediHealth, Home Health Agency of Thomasville. So thank you for celebrating older adults in our community and for honoring the legacy of this year's mentors, colleagues, and friends who have inspired us. Your sponsorship is a key part of making this event a success. Okay, you may be just a partway through your salad, but we're getting to the main event. Are you ready? Because then comes dessert. So we're going to do our presentation of awards. And we're here to celebrate the 2026 honorees. So we're ready to get started. It's my privilege to share a little more about the inspiring honorees and to present them with their awards. Collectively, this year's honorees represent decades of service across a wide range of professions, causes, and organizations. Through leadership, volunteerism, philanthropy, advocacy, and service, they have improved lives and strengthened our community for generations. As each honoree is introduced, we're going to invite them to come forward to receive their award and to share a few reflections with us. And that's my favorite part. Words of wisdom and joy come from these individuals, and I think you'll enjoy it as well. Our first honoree is Joseph D. Cocker. Joe Cocker spent 16 years at the Wachovia Foundation, rising to Senior Vice President and Carolina's Community Reinvestment Act Administrator, where he advocated for the provision of banking services in and for low to moderate income individuals and communities. Tom Ross, Executive Director of the Foundation at the time, said, "Joe's personality, integrity, experience, and insights caused me to rely on him not only to manage the internal operations of the foundation, but to seek his advice and counsel on grant making and other issues. His experience with the Wachovia Foundation led to his joining the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation as Director of Operations, and later the Kate B. Reynolds Charitable Trust, where he served as Director of the Forsyth County Division. He served on the board of Crosby Scholars, helping high school students receive Pell Grant awards to attend college. His commitment to children led to receiving the Champion for Children Award from the Child Care Resource Center and was the honorary recipient of the Raising Every Child Award for Family Services. Let's give a big round of applause for Joe Cocker.
Thank you so much.
This is you.
Okay, thank you.
And they want to take a picture right here, so you step
Okay.
right there.
Let me make some remarks. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I promised my liaison, Lisa Terry, that I would keep my remarks within the 3-minute time limit. Therefore, I have a script that I will try to go by. Listen, that gives me 3 minutes, just gives me enough time to say thank you to the people and organizations that have been instrumental in my life of service. First, I want to thank Richard Gottlieb, who nominated me, for his years of friendship and for believing that my life of service deserved recognition. Unfortunately for me, but fortunately for Richard, he cannot be with us today because he is in Chicago caring for his grandson, Amari. Please let him know that I thanked him publicly because otherwise he won't believe that I did it. So you all please let him know, particularly those people from Tanglewood. I also want to thank the 7 over 70 committee for your dedication and hard work in recognizing seniors whose service has made a lasting impact in this community. I would also like to thank 3 of my former employers for recognizing and supporting my commitment to community service during my time with them, and for encouraging me to continue serving. And those employers are Wachovia Bank, which also includes First National Bank of Catawba County, located in Hickory, North Carolina, and First Union. You know about bank mergers. Namely also the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation, and namely Tom Ross. And Tom, thank you for being here today. I can't recognize where you are, but I know you're here. Thank you very much, Tom, for your support of me. And lastly, the Kate B. Reynolds Charitable Trust, who's represented by Karen McNeil Miller, who hired me, but also today, Dr. Laura Gerald. They have been very instrumental in my life, and I really want to say thank you to them publicly. Next, I want to thank my church family at United Metropolitan Missionary Baptist Church for their prayers and for sustaining the foundation of service that guides my life. And today, I have Reverend Alvin Armstead at my table as testament to that service to this community. I have 5 brothers. There were 6 boys in our family in all. And I was the only, I was the only one to attend college. Yet nothing has separated us in our love for one another. Every Sunday afternoon, we talk one by one through 5 phone calls. Everybody calls everybody every Sunday afternoon between 2 and 5 o'clock. And we never hang up without saying, I love you. I am deeply grateful to my brothers and to my parents because they are my foundation. Finally, and most importantly, I want to thank my wife, Carol. Many of you can't see, but Carol is over here. Next July, and yes, Carol, I do remember the date, we will celebrate 50 years of marriage. Carol has always been my greatest supporter and advocate, showing patience, love, and understanding for my community and church work in every city we've called home. She did all this while helping raise our 3 children, Nathan, Marcella, and Angela. Honey, I love you very much. I'd like to end my remarks by quoting a line from the J.C. Creed, and that line is, service to humanity is the best work of life. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Joe. Boy, wonderful words, right? 2 to 5 p.m. on Sunday. I mean, that speaks to how he is grounded and surrounded by love and family and support, right? It's those people that get you through some of the darkest days, right? Okay, we are going to now celebrate our second honoree, who is Ann Ferris. Ann Ferris spent her entire career in nursing, reaching the pinnacle of success in 2021 when she was named to the North Carolina 100 Great Nurses, a significant honor because it represents statewide, peer-based recognition for sustained excellence. Most of her career has been with Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist, becoming a nursing clinical services specialist. She served on numerous local boards, including the Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention Coalition of North Carolina and the Children's Home, where she helped to establish My Aunt's House. She's an advocate for protection of vulnerable children, as well as for adolescent and teen pregnancy prevention. Ann has written, co-authored, and edited numerous articles for medical journals. A lifelong learner, she is currently pursuing her Doctor of Nursing practice degree. Please welcome Ann Ferris.
Oh, thank you. So as I was sitting at our table and I was wondering, because I did graduate last Thursday, and I get to be a double D. Go Wake Forest, okay? So I graduated from the CRNA program. I won't tell you what year, but you can do the math, and then last year. But I asked my son, how do I keep in the 3 minutes? And he said, Mom, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to write something. So I feel like I should probably take this honor and run, because I still look at these tremendous people behind me on this stage who have done so much. I question, why am I here? I thank you all, but I am honored and humbled by this honor. When I look back over my career, I feel incredibly grateful. I found nursing more than 55 years ago, and I can honestly say I never wanted to do anything different. Nursing gave me a way to care for people, to listen to them, to advocate for them, and stand beside them at some of the worst times of their lives. It also taught me that service is just not just one time. Service is a lifelong issue. I have been blessed by so many people who have shaped my journey, teachers who challenged me, nurses who inspired me, patients who trusted me, colleagues who worked beside me, and community partners that accepted that we can make change. But honestly, any recognition I gain today comes from the work of many hands and many hearts, not just mine alone. Winston-Salem and Forsyth County are special because this is a community that cares. We have a long history of people stepping forward whether there's a need, whether it is in healthcare, education, caregiving, advocacy, or simply making sure that no one is left behind. I've seen that spirit time and time again, and it has inspired me to keep showing up. Much of my work has been rooted in a very simple belief that people deserve dignity, compassion, and support, especially those people who feel unseen or left behind. Whether advocating for young people, supporting nurses, or walking alongside caregivers, I've tried to follow the evidence, follow my heart, and do what I believe was right. This award is especially meaningful to me because it reminds me that purpose does not end at any age. In fact, some of our later years give us a clearer sense of what matters most. We bring our experience, our wisdom, our resilience, and our willingness to keep contributing. As I often say, it's never too late. Never too late to start anew, never too late to keep growing, and certainly never too late to make a difference. I want to thank Senior Services for this beautiful honor and for the important work that you do each and every day. I also want to thank my family, friends, and colleagues and community partners who've supported me along the way. I especially want to thank my rock-solid family, my son Justin, his beautiful wife Kimberly, my oldest grandchild Taylor, my sister and brother of the heart Betty and Leonard Martin, and Steve Davis, who I commonly refer to as my work husband. Those of you who work, beside someone, we share an office, and he is definitely my work husband. And Sandy, his wife, allows me to share him with me. But now could everybody who works at Wake Forest Atrium please raise your hand this way, because I love you all. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much for being here to support me today. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention one of my greatest supporters, my husband, John, who passed away about less than 3 months ago after a long journey with dementia and memory loss. His love and support remain with me today. I accept this award with gratitude, but also with a renewed commitment to continue to serve where I can, listen where I should, and advocate where it matters. Thank you all for being here and supporting one of the most valuable community organizations.
Thank you again, Ann Ferris. I told you, words of wisdom. Are you jotting some of this down? Yeah. Our third honoree is Denise Hartsfield. After spending 20 years on the bench as a district court judge for Forsyth County, Denise Hartsfield has continued to share her love of the law profession by serving as an adjunct professor at Wake Forest School of Law, leading their pro bono clinic, and just recently joined the faculty of Winston-Salem State in the Justice Studies and Political Science Department. But her true passion is children. While on the bench, she helped to start the School Justice Partnership and served on the board of Carter G. Woodson School of Challenge for 21 years. She chairs the United Way African American Leadership Council. She conceived of and organized the first Celebrating Women Clergy that recognized 34 women clergy in Forsyth County, with the proceeds going to support programs of the United Way. Ladies and gentlemen, Denise Hartsfield.
Wow. I'm over 70. The gospel genius, Reverend James Cleveland, a songwriter of the 80s, coined a popular song that simply said, "I don't feel no ways tired. I've come too far from where he brought me from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. But I paraphrase and I say, but I don't believe he's brought me this far for me to stop giving and loving the community that I live in." I was born on September 8th, 1954, 5 months after the Brown versus Board of Education decision led by the genius of not then, but later, Justice Thurgood Marshall, who orchestrated the argument for school desegregation with precision and grace, and with all deliberate speed, he ordered the states to comply. Well, somehow, North Carolina and Forsyth County didn't get that news until 1972, when Mayor Pro Tem Dee Dee Adams and others that I see around the room were forced to leave our beloved Atkins High School, where we were about to graduate as seniors, and travel to East Forsyth High School, where we finished our high school education. It was the beginning of integration in Forsyth County. In that class were many, DeVita Martin, the fire chief, all of us who made that journey now still work in the vineyard. So in my life, after graduation, Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, the prestigious and #1 all-female school in the United States of America, changed my life. 23 years on the district court bench helped me to become a better listener, a better helper, and a much better giver. A Dean, Bob Walsh, and a now Dean Andy Klein, who saw something in me that led them to believe that I was able to lead, engage, and help students in their journey to legal education. An only child born in an atmosphere of love, community, role models, happiness, and acceptance, who grew up in a village of people who shaped me to be who I am today. A Miss Louise Smith, a woman who said that she always wanted to point with pride to the leaders in her community and started the first Head Start in our city. Annie Brown Kennedy, who had a law degree in 1954, the year I was born, and led not only in the courtroom but also in the Senate. A Madeline Scales, who was a giant of a woman who helped shape students at Winston-Salem State and beyond. A Judge Richard Irwin, who gave me the honor of being his law clerk when I graduated law school, and a Judge Roland Hayes, who passed the mantle to me when he retired from the district court bench. A Hazel Mack, a Llewellyn Carey. I could go on and on and on to tell you of the great legacy that I stand on today as I accept this award. A 96-year-old mama who's right over there. You can't see her, but she's right over there. And a village of people all around me. You'll see specks of orange. I asked my village to wear orange, which is the color of vibrance and happiness and vitamin C and sunshine. And these people have been the reason that I'm able to stand here today. My mother is 96. She still has great mental acuity, not able to get around as much as she does, but she continues to boost me and lift me up everywhere I am. A village that tells me that I continue, that yeah, you can say yeah, because we'll step in and help you with your mama. You can say yes that you'll do it, or yes that you'll go, or yes that you'll teach, because I have this village. Some at my table, at my church table, the St. Paul United Methodist Church, the best in the city. All of these people are the reason that I can still come and do and work. To Dr. Richburg, thank you for the nomination. Thank you for an opportunity to help at United Way. I see the Winston-Salem Foundation folk in the house, and thank you for allowing me to join in the conversation that makes it so easy for other people to be able to live and to live well. Thank you for all of those of you who have been a part of this great journey that I want to continue to be on. Mayor Jones asked me to head up the Mayor's Summer Youth Employment Program. I was able to say yes because of my village. I was able to help a number of kids in this community this summer be able to have employment, make some money, and give back in their own ways to many, many organizations, including the Delta Art Center, where I see our young TJ and Whitney, where we're doing an amazing job of bringing art education into the city of Winston-Salem. So at the end of my journey, I thank each of you for all that you have done. And because the lawyer in me will always be the lawyer in me, at the end of the deliberation, the defense will rest. The jury will be sent out to determine what the verdict will be. Well, today I'm going to tell you that my trial is still in progress. Not ready for the defense to rest, not ready for the jury to deliberate. I'm staying in the game as long as I can, and to God be the glory.
And you are wearing that orange. Woo! That looks good. So good. Bring on the sunshine. All right. Our next honoree is Judith Kuhn, a believer in Robert Fulghum's book, All I Ever Needed to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten. Judith Kuhn wanted to be a kindergarten teacher since she was in middle school. She was disappointed that Tennessee didn't offer kindergarten when she started teaching. So she taught first grade for a couple of years before moving to Winston-Salem. A chance meeting led to her being offered an opportunity to start a kindergarten program at Forsyth Country Day School. And she spent the next 36 years teaching and serving as assistant director of admissions and assistant director of the lower school. In 2012, the education building at Forsyth Country Day was named in her honor. She has served as vice president and president of Delta Kappa Gamma Society, Beta Mu chapter. She has taught preschool Sunday school class at Knollwood Baptist for 15 years, and she delivers Meals on Wheels once a month for senior services. Let's welcome Judith Kuhn.
It is an honor to be here today. I want to start by saying how grateful I am to my friend Francis Weaver for nominating me for 7 over 70. And I want to congratulate the other 6 honorees. It is indeed an honor. When thinking about what to say today, I thought back about things that had an influence on me and what marks I have left behind. First, I credit my parents and my strong upbringing for instilling in me the importance of being a servant leader. I hope I have modeled this through my career in education, being a parent and grandparent, an author and a volunteer. My life has always revolved around caring for children. I was 5 years old. When my younger brother Bill was born. I loved helping my mother take care of him. He's here today with his family. I don't know where they are, right back there. Along with my older brother Ron and my sister Inez and their families. I have 16 members of my family here today. I was also the neighborhood babysitter, and when I was in 8th grade, I decided I wanted to be a teacher of young children. I never even considered doing anything else, and I majored in elementary education at Carson Newman College in Jefferson City, Tennessee. After teaching 1st grade in Knoxville and then at South Park Elementary School in Winston-Salem, I started the kindergarten program at Forsyth Country Day, just like Lainey said. I'll repeat a few of the things she said, because I had to write down what I was going to say, because I knew I would get carried away if I didn't. I taught kindergarten there for 36 years. It was during my first year there that I learned about an assessment which was developed by the Gazelle Institute at Yale University. It predicts the best grade placement for children based on their social and emotional development, not simply their chronological age. Using that assessment to help parents decide the correct grade placement for their children became my passion. The administrators at Forsyth Country Day always supported me in my efforts. For many years, I gave a speech about my experiences to teachers and parents of preschoolers all across the state. When I would do this, people would say, "You need to write a book." So 2 years before I retired, I finally got around to writing the book. And this is it. Is Your Child Ready for School? Finding the Best Grade Placement. And that's my grandson when he was 4 years old on the cover. He's now 21. Since my retirement, I still spend time with children. Oh, I forgot something. This book can be purchased at Bookmarks. And it contains stories of my experiences, and it also has letters from former kindergarten children, my kindergarten children, who were given an extra year, and also some letters from their parents. Since my retirement, I still spend time with children by teaching preschoolers in Sunday school at Knollwood Baptist. I also spend as much time as possible with my 4 grandchildren, 2 of whom are here today. This one was supposed to be here, but he's a student at UNCG, and he got mixed up on the time. So his food is still over here. 2 of whom are here today with their parents, my daughter Rachel and my son-in-law Danny, and they're all back there. I'm also active in the Beta Mu chapter of Delta Kappa Gamma. We strive to impact our community through service projects. An example is Cuddle Up and Read, where we made blankets and gave 2nd graders a book and a blanket to encourage the love of reading. Sometimes I read books to preschoolers at Forsyth Country Day. This fall I will be reading books to the children in the Head Start program. I do these things because they bring me joy. It is important for all of us to remember that a legacy of service to others is the strongest legacy there is. I would like to thank Senior Services for continuing to recognize community service and by sponsoring this event. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Judith. And I can remember when I have 2 children who are not children anymore. They're in their 20s, but when we were trying to determine with August birthdays whether or not they were ready. And so, you know, when you go through all of those stages with your kids, you're always wondering if you're making the right decision. Where was that book then? I know where it is now. It's at Bookmarks. So you can get it there. But yeah, making all of those decisions for your children is so difficult, and having teachers like Judith along the way that oftentimes spend more time with your kids than you do, right? It's so important. So, all right, we're going to move on to our fifth honoree, who is Sally Liner. Beginning her career as a registered nurse in direct patient care, Sally Ann Liner developed a deep understanding of the healthcare system from the ground up. As Chief Clinical Officer for Novant Health, she played a critical leadership role in shaping clinical care across a large, multi-state healthcare system. She served as President and CEO of Forsyth Medical Center from 2008 to 2011, where she was responsible for advancing patient care quality, operational effectiveness, and organizational growth. Her community service includes the founding of the Women's Leadership Council, an affinity group of the United Way of Forsyth County, which engages female professionals in philanthropy. She also volunteers with her church, Ardmore Baptist Church, where she's provided leadership through her service on both the personnel and finance committees. Since 2022, Sally has served on the board of the Pivot Ministry, a nonprofit dedicated to helping women working lower income jobs achieve stability and self-sufficiency. Let's welcome Sally Liner. Congratulations to you.
Okay, let me say right up front, I did not commit to the 2 to 3 minutes time limit, so I'll just take my time on.
That's what I do.
I found that out. A feeling of appreciation or thankfulness for good things in your life. That's what gratitude is. And that is exactly how I feel today. I have my Habitat family back here. I have my neighborhood family back here who have come today to be support to me. The folks at this table right here, Lori, thank you for taking the lead on writing this nomination. I appreciate that. The people at this table here represent relationships that I've had from 2 years to 40 years, who have been on this journey with me to surprisingly make a big difference in this community. They are highly committed as well to ensuring that we have the support that we need for everyone in our community. Well, as I was trying to reflect on how did this come about, I went back to the very beginning. I came to North Carolina, Winston-Salem, 50 years ago this month. 50 years ago this month. As a nurse, you've mentioned that. I went over to Forsyth Hospital, the 600-bed hospital right there by the mall. That's the way it was described to me. The 600-bed hospital right over there at the mall to seek employment. I was hired as a nurse leader there. In that, about 2 or 3 weeks later, we were invited to the conference room for a meeting with United Way. Our then CEO, Harold Coe, called us aside and said, we need you in the meeting room. And so we all dutifully went there. United Way gave a presentation. At the time, Ron Drago was the CEO of United Way. He brought with him, he gave remarks, he brought with him a young woman who had been the recipient of services from our community. Now, Mr. Coe gave an introduction, Ron Drago gave an introduction. There was no comment that would rival what she told us that day about how her life had been changed when somebody reached out to her to introduce her to the services that were available in this community that could make a change in her life. And she embraced that idea. She embraced that idea, and she was there to tell us what a difference it had made in her life. We finished that meeting. Mr. Coe, the CEO of the hospital, got up and said to us, "You'll be receiving your pledge card for United Way. You can complete it, and I'll be standing here at the door to receive it when you complete it." Now, there was certainly no misunderstanding about what the requirement was for us to be able to contribute to United Way in our community. That was an amazing moment for me. Some 3 or 4 days later, I was in the cafeteria eating lunch. He came to the cafeteria and took a seat beside me and said, I'm Mr. Coe, and certainly, I knew that. I introduced myself, sideliner. I've been here a few weeks now. I have a question for you, Mr. Coe. He said, what's that? And I said, I've worked in 3 or 4 hospital systems now, and I have never been in one that has cigarette machines in the lobby, in the cafeteria, not up on a nursing unit, but certainly in all the public places. Cigarette machines. I'd worked in several states in the South, and I'd never seen that. In addition to that, there were 8-foot plexiglass stanchions that had tobacco leaves pressed in them that created a barrier around the walls of our cafeteria. I'm going, what is this about, really? So I posed that question to him. He looked at me and said, Reynolds Tobacco Company is the largest employer in our community, and we support and we take care of our community. When I thought back about why have I done this, that's exactly why I had done this. The lessons learned on those 2 encounters with Mr. Coe meant we don't leave anybody behind. That was what he was saying. That's what United Way was saying. We don't leave anybody behind. We reach out, we provide services that are needed in this community to ensure that nobody's left behind. Well, I want to close with this reminder, because this has it, and I've had it around on different things that I have written before, so it is personal to me. It is personal to me. Service is the price we pay for our good fortune to live in this country while making it better right here at home. Thanks to each of you for being here today. Thanks for your presence. Thanks for your support. We appreciate that you contribute in this community as well.
All right, we are moving on to our 6th honoree, and that is Ron Stacker Thompson. He is a singer, actor, producer, director, writer, teacher, and mentor, just to name a few. Ron Stacker Thompson's career has led him from Chicago to Los Angeles to New York, and sometimes back again, and now to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, of all places. He was the first Black actor to portray Jesus in the National Touring Company of Godspell. He was invited to join the National Black Theater Festival's startup cohort, working with Larry Leon Hamlin. He wrote, produced, and directed 4 original works featuring Yolanda King. He arrived at the University of North Carolina School of the Arts in 1998, chaired the screenwriting department, and received their Excellence in Teaching Award. He was the founding artistic director of the Willingham Theater in downtown Yadkinville, and he helped shape the identity of the Yadkin County Arts Council. Although now retired, he continues to coach a small group of students weekly. Unfortunately, Ron could not be here today, but he has recorded this video message to share with us.
Hi, everybody. I so wish that I could be there with you today as I accept this award from Senior Services 7 over 70. When I grew up in Chicago some 80 years or so ago, I never ever knew, of course, what was going to happen in my life. All these things have gone on. I've been in education and in theater and film, and I really do hope I have been of service to the people that I've come in contact with. And you're giving me this award kind of says, that I have. I'm here, I'm actually in Spain, so, that's really wonderful. But I do wish I was there with you. I'm here in my office at UNCSA, and actually, someone from Senior Services asked me what I thought was my most significant accomplishment, and I almost immediately said, being here, being at UNCSA, the University of North Carolina School of the Arts, because I really do feel I've given a lot of myself to the people I've come in contact with here, hopefully changing their minds and hearts and, who they are to become who they really can be. And then I thought again, there's another significant accomplishment, my almost 60 years of marriage to Clee Thompson, who has inspired me to do the things I've done, hopefully to be the person that I am. Um, I haven't often told her that, and now that you know it, maybe you can tell her. But she's been so important in my life. Um, and it is so important in my life that you have acknowledged me. Um, I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I will always treasure this. But there's one more thing I want to say, and that is I hope accepting this award does not take me out of contention for the 9 over 90. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much.
And we do celebrate Ron Stacker Thompson.
Hi,
Philip
everybody.
Nevels will receive the award on Ron's behalf.
Good morning. It's really good to see you. Clearly, I'm not Ron Thompson, and if you met him for 5 minutes, you would call him Stacker T. And one of the things that Ron didn't say about him being in Spain today is to officiate a wedding of his former students. And that is who Ron is. And so we are joined by community friends who are here in the back table. And one of the things that you all should know about Ron is that I never knew how famous Ron might be until a quick story about walking in Ron's basement one day. I see a poster. The poster is of Ron directing a film with Wesley Snipes, a young, handsome Wesley Snipes, on the cover of the film. And so all of those things Ron still remembers is about friends, it's about family, it's about loving his neighbors, and it's about being a welcoming, opening community that says everyone is welcome here. We can have and do life well together. So I'm grateful for Ron to invite me to accept this award on his behalf and say thank you to you all.
Thank you, Philip. We are now to our 7th honoree of the 7 over 70, John Whitaker Jr. John Whitaker has left his mark on real estate development. As successful as he has been in his real estate and property management career, what he enjoys most is mentoring entrepreneurs. He's brought his entrepreneurial expertise to many boards that he has served on, including Wachovia Bank, Board of Trustees of Wake Forest University, and the Board of Visitors of the Babcock Graduate School of Management. John chaired the Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center's $200 million capital campaign that helped transform the institution's clinical, research, and educational capabilities. Most notably, he was the founder of Inmar Enterprises Incorporated, a company that grew to employ over 4,000 people before its sale in 2007. John co-founded Winston Starts in 2017 and remains actively engaged in mentoring entrepreneurs. Let's welcome John Whitaker Jr.
Okay.
Well, it's an honor to be here with the 6 outstanding winners with us today, with you and with my family here. Early feedback from the 2 boys, 14 years old, is very good. 2 things that came up. 1, can we come back? And secondly, will you have 6 desserts for us to eat like we've done today? So it's a very positive meeting. One question posed by Senior Services that got my attention was, what makes Forsyth County a special place to live? In my opinion, the answer is the culture of caring. That describes also Senior Services' record for over 60 years. Just one big example, serving 250,000 meals last year. Our culture of caring also comes from people like you here, people who participate, donate, and volunteer more than I can say. So thank you, Senior Services, for including me on the list of bright and fast-moving young people. I would call them youngsters. I'm here to bring the average age up a notch. Fast-moving, this group passed me on the way here this morning. Very speedy. They were on their racing skates. That's true, right? I want to thank NMAR as presenting sponsor and for adding so much to our culture of caring. Under Spencer Baird's great leadership with the wonderful NMAR team here today, the NMAR culture has never been better. More and more, culture is viewed as the foundation of every team and organization. You sustain it by what you do every day, not by what you say. Many believe that the hardest job of management is changing the culture. That job is even harder today in this fast-changing world. It's hard to change the attitude and behavior of people, but when customer needs, competitive improvements, and market trend changes develop, one must face that set of facts. And to meet different standards and different requirements simply requires different approaches. Simply stated, the strategy and plans may be sound, but trouble lies ahead if the team is not prepared. Thus, culture is only as good as current management leading the changes required. So congratulations to the exceptional management team at Senior Services, to Spencer Baird and his team for preparing for the future so well, and thank you all for coming. Have a good day.
All right. What'd you think? Yeah, is your mind blown? Right? one of the reasons I love doing this, I learn so much, not only about the shapers of this community, but it also kind of just rejuvenates me and helps me to realize what a wonderful, caring community we have here and how much opportunity there is for us to give back and to do, just do, right? Help, shape. I'm surrounded by young people at my office now. I'm the grandma there. But it's wonderful to see them growing and teaching us things and continuing. One of the honorees said lifelong learner. I think that we all should be lifelong learners and lifelong givers, right? And giving of our expertise and our wisdom, but also accepting the change that John was talking about. And there is change, and change means growth. And there's a little quote from a movie that I like, and you won't know what it is, but it's change is frightening, right? Change is frightening, but it's also necessary. It's growth. And through change, we meet new people, we do new things, we discover our new abilities and what we can give back. So hopefully you'll have just a few minutes when you get in the car, just kind of reflect on that and what you've learned here today. Remember, you can read more about each honoree in the 7/70 souvenir book. It's on your table there. Great pictures on the front, great stories inside. Senior Services wants to share a very special thank you to Judy Holcomb-Pack, who volunteered to interview each of the honorees and to write the profiles that you see in that souvenir book. Once again, we want to thank you for coming, and thanks to all of the sponsors for helping to make this year's celebration possible. To the staff of Second Harvest Food Bank's Providence Catering. Food was delicious, right? And there are a couple of boys up here who will likely eat your desserts. Right? I watched them during the meal. It was fun. To close out our time together, I'd like to bring Senior Services Chief Executive Officer Kristen Perry to the podium to share some final words with you. And I just want to thank you for letting me spend my lunchtime with you and sharing in this.
Good afternoon. How's everybody feeling? Good, good. So I have the honor of closing us out today, and before I do, I'm going to share just a couple of housekeeping notes on the front end. The beautiful flowers in the centerpiece of your table are available at the end of the luncheon. While we invite you to take and enjoy the flowers at your home, we ask that you leave the vases there. We need those. So don't take the vases, but you can take the flowers. If you do choose to take one of the arrangements, staff will have some plastic bags that you can carry those out in if you need it. We also invite you, since we've got a little extra time in the program, to stop back out on Main Street, step in front of the Senior Services Step and Repeat sign, take some photos before you go, chit-chat with each other, continue to build community. And finally, as Lee said at the beginning, we hope that you'll find plenty of reasons to make your way back to our campus at some point in the near future, whether that's taking a class, taking a tour, volunteering, learning more about what we do here. We welcome you into our Senior Services family, so please make your way back. As we end our time together, I want to take a few minutes to echo our collective gratitude to everyone who poured their time and their energy into making today a reality. And that involves giving a few additional special shout-outs, if you all will indulge me. First, to all of you. Thank you for showing up, for leaning in, and for sharing in this celebration today. To our MC, Lainey Pope, for being such an incredible guide for us this afternoon. You have a gift for shining a light on each honoree and building a sense of community in this space. So thank you. And let's go ahead and clap for Lainey. I also can't step away from the mic without giving a shout out to our incredible selection committee. You'll find their names listed on the closing page of your souvenir book. And I just have to thank that group for their heart and their dedication to this process year after year. They really do have their work cut out for them, carefully reading and considering each incredible person who is nominated for 7/70 each year. This award does not happen without them. To the remarkable team at Senior Services, you all are incredible, and I have no words. Thank you for managing every big and hidden detail that made this luncheon feel so seamless for all of us. It is an incredible team of people working behind the scenes. And finally, before I get to our honorees, today's sponsors. You have heard about them throughout our program. We have thanked them profusely. These are businesses and organizations that make a choice to invest in our community. We hope that you'll remember them. We hope that you'll support them when you have the opportunity. And we know you join us in showing such gratitude for the many ways that they help make Forsyth County stronger as well. Last but not least, I turn my attention to our 7 honorees. Thank you all for sharing your stories, your lives, and your light with us today. What an incredibly moving afternoon you all have given us. Stepping into our 11th year of 7 over 70, I am reminded and honestly still amazed by how the inspiration in this room seems to multiply year after year. The 7 people that we honor today are the very definition of what it means to live a life of service over self. They didn't just walk a path. They blazed trails. They didn't just witness a need. They stepped forward with extraordinary care and built bridges of support for others around them. Each of them stand as a powerful proof of what happens when a single person decides that their community is worth their absolute best, and each of them have given their best to our community. So let's just honor and acknowledge that for a second. Their stories are an inspiring reminder of the magic that happens right here in Forsyth County when generosity and compassion take the lead. And my hope is that you all are leaving here today feeling that you're feeling a spark, that you're even feeling a pull towards a shared sense of responsibility to keep that momentum going, to be our very best selves, and to find a way to shine our own unique light and leave our own unique mark on the paths that have been paved for us. If we've learned from our honorees today and all the ones who came before them, we know that we don't have to change the world overnight. In fact, we can't change the world overnight. But we can commit to changing the room and the spaces that we are in. And that happens one choice, one kind interaction, one intentional moment of care and humanity at a time. And I think we can all do that. So let's carry the spark of these 7 individuals out into our respective spaces and places. Let's let their example and the inspiration that we're all feeling right now become a ripple. And I challenge us to let's keep building the good together. Thank you.